Plains, Trines, and Plantains, the story of Oedipus. This font is smaller than the last. A man can only justify his actions if he regards his demeanor with deductive thinking. This man was not Oedipus mainly because he was a fucking douchebag. One must know who Oedipus was to understand the period in which it was written. This is my thesis statement. The Greeks contributed many things to our culture, such as olives, gyros, Lenny Kravitz, anal sex, and Oedipus. Oedipus will be remembered throughout time because he suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease, and that's why he couldn't play baseball in the first Olympic Games. He will always be remembered for his journeys and his love for the New York Yankees. 1821, Associated Press. Lou Gehrig is smiling because he got daily rim jobs from the girls at Scores. Laius and Jocasta were king and queen at Thebes, a town in Greece. They were fucking around and Laius forgot to strap his shit. One day they had a baby boy. An oracle prophesied that the boy would grow up and kill his father and marry his mother. Laius was like, fuck that shit, that's gay. To thwart the prophecy, Laius and Jocasta decided to kill the baby. They fingered his butthole and sent him away. In those days, it was usual to leave an unwanted or defective baby in the wilderness. Laius and Jocasta did this. To be extra sure, they pierced his little feet and tied him together. Don't worry about this detail, which makes no sense. It must have been introduced to explain the hero's name. A kindly shepherd found a baby in a pole skimmer. He gave the baby to a friend, who took it to Corinth, another town. Corinth reappears in the New Testament, under the category of DBDA verses 63. The king and queen of Corinth couldn't have a baby of their own. The king has a bad case of the limp dick, so they adopted the foundling. Nobody ever told little Oedipus that his mother was never pregnant. She aborted the kitten into a toilet in the back of a Denver Denny's. One day after he had grown up, a drunk mentioned his being adopted. Oedipus killed the bum. Oedipus questioned his parents, but they denied it. Oedipus visited various oracles to find out whether he was really adopted. All the oracles told him instead that he would kill his father and marry his mother. He told them that they were dissing him, so he grabbed his 12-sided double dildo and left town. None of this makes sense. Again, don't worry about it. This is a folk tale, not a goddamn OxyClean commercial. To thwart the oracles, Oedipus left Corinth permanently. He then sought out Billy Mays and had gay sex with him. At the time, it was considered polite. Again, don't worry. Yes, Oedipus should have considered that, since he might be adopted. Any older man might be his father, and any older woman his mother. But this is a folk tale. Traveling the roads, Oedipus got into a traffic squabble and killed a stranger who, unknown to him, was King Laius. Oedipus snorted 2 lines of pure cocaine off his dead dad. In one version, there was a dispute over right away on a bridge. In those days, high rank got to go first. Oedipus identified himself as the heir to the throne of Corinth, and for some reason, again, don't worry about it. This is page 3. Laius' people simply attacked instead of explaining that he was king of Thebes. They were dumb Greek dudes. What did you expect? An atomic bomb. Some versions say that the rude Laius drove over Oedipus' sore foot, making him lose his temper.
This is bullshit. I don't believe it, or I will fucking kill you. Yes, this is a written threat.
And that's what Oedipus told his father. One should analyze the poetry on page 43, where Oedipus is rolling in his bed now and had the busted cap on some flagrants in the Undercity. Riding in the benzo, popping my collar. See some fine wenches, I have to holler. Diamonds, gold, and all the almighty dollar. I'm Oedipus, bitch, the original baller. I bust out my nine to light up your Impala. Fuck that police. Dr. Dre got most of his inspiration from the Greek story of Oedipus. Soon, Oedipus' smut saved the town of Thebes and he was made king. In fact, the only reason Dr. Dre produced a chronic is because the Bible tells you to smoke lots of pot, and Oedipus used to blaze it with the makers of Aqua Fresh toothpaste. Oedipus married Laius' widow, Queen Jocasta. So basically he was fucking his own mum, which was fucking nasty. They ruled well and they had 4 children. Eventually, Oedipus and Jocasta found out what had really happened. Imagine you're like jamming your mum and you like have 4 kids. And then the feds came over to your house and said that she was your mum. And you were like, yeah, so? And they were like, well, that's gross and illegal. You must assume that accidentally killing your father and marrying your mother is a disaster. Jocasta committed suicide with a pimento, and Oedipus blinded himself and became a wandering beggar because the Beatles did it and it was cool. In the version, which must have been the favorite of Sophocles' Athenian audience, Oedipus found sanctuary at Colonius, outside of Athens. The kindness he was shown at the end made the city itself blessed, which is the gayest ending ever. The Greeks invented anal lube. This is my conclusion. The end. We're excited. Fucking Google. So, fun fact, this was, like, intentionally bad because the original person who wrote this did it out of spite. Somehow this person managed to get, like, a D, assuming that it wasn't, like, completely faked, but it just goes to show that you can pretty much do anything and get away with it.